welcome to another episode of Not Super Fan, and today we're gonna be talking about The Dark Tower. So before I watched this movie, I decided to read up on the Stephen King series because it's an adaptation of the Stephen King novel, The Dark Tower. So I read up to 4 books: The Drawing of the Tree. And the first one, Went Through the Keyhole, and Wolves of the Gala, which is the 3rd one, and The Gunslinger, which is the 4th. I didn't read up to the Dark Tower, which is the 6th book in the series. But regardless, I try to understand the lore. There's so much lore into these books. And I understand why it would be difficult. After reading this, I understand why it would be difficult for them to produce this movie. But before I get to on a budget of $60 million, I don't think there's no way, shape, or form it would be possible to make this series on a budget of $60 million, especially something so vast with so much lore. So you have a director like J.J. Abrams, and somehow Sony managed to lose this guy. I don't know if they wouldn't give him what he wanted, or if they just couldn't work with him, or let him have, be charged of producing this film. Because J.J. Abrams is a very great director and producer. So I don't know what happened with that. And then they got this Danish director, I forgot his name. He produced a few movies, but I know he got nominated for Oscar, Golden Globe, but that don't mean nothing, So this movie, I got to see it because of a friend early, and this movie is otherworldly mess. It's just a mess. You have actors like Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey in a film like this, and you have these two characters, Roland and the Men in Black. You have these two great actors that you should give them script to flesh out these characters, but they get nothing but they don't give those characters nothing but a little bit of something to work with, and they try their hard. You can see that they tried to work with what they were given to work with the script they got, but it didn't get nowhere. We didn't feel nothing from this character, no feeling. The little kid that played Jake, he did a great job, but still, they did the best they could with what they got. The action scene, the CGI was, but kind of expected with all the problem that was going on with this movie, because it's a total other mess. And another thing, if you read the book, you're a fan of the series, you will understand where I'm coming from. Because other than the actors were given to work with the script, the exposition to explain what's going on, because especially with somebody who doesn't know nothing about the look. Because remember, this is the Dark Tower. It doesn't follow the first. This is like the 6th book. It skipped all the way to the 6th book, and they made this movie, and they forgot about all the lore. They cut out a lot of things. There's a lot of exposition missing from this movie that would, if you're not a fan of the series, you wouldn't understand. Even if you were a fan of the series, you would still scratch your head like, what the hell is going on with this? So, watching this movie, I try my best. There's a few bits in there that you will enjoy. These characters get a free line that, Idris Elba, of course, he always does his best no matter what, and I feel bad for this guy. He still haven't got that role that that puts him up there, that something, a franchise role. I would say, DC, take him, put him as Green Lantern, Jon Stewart something, you know, because Marvel is not doing nothing with him. With this guy needs something, because he is too great of an actor to be doing stuff like this. He's too great of an actor. Matthew McConaughey, he's fine, but still, Matthew McConaughey, an actor of his caliber, shouldn't be doing roles like this. He should definitely not accept, especially if you get a script like this, you know? This movie is a disappointment to the series, you know? Yeah, you know, Stephen King got $19 million for it. That's good, but they messed up the lore. I know they're gonna do a series with it. Hopefully, when they do a series about the books, it works out. But this movie is a mess. Cause, like I said before, there's so much lore in those books. They could have did so much more, which they didn't. You know, I guess because I guess Sony feels like since people don't know much about the series, they just gonna cut to this, the Dark Tower, and make this movie. I wonder even if the director or the screenwriters or anybody that was involved with this movie read the books or anything. So much, you know. That's why I wish Warner Brothers, because they would have had right to this movie, you know, because it is part of this universe. There's a lot of other series that is part of this universe, The Mist and all that. All this universe intertwined, and none of that isn't. I know since it's other company, but there's other lores and exposition that could explain the reason for the Gunslinger in the background. There's a lot they don't include in this movie, and it is a mess. This movie, I'm gonna give it a 8 out of 100. Some people probably leave there like think it's okay. Yeah, it's okay, but some people will leave there very disappointed. Do I suggest anybody? No. Go watch Detroit. It is not worth your money, please. Well, guys, that was my review for the Dark Tower. Total disappointment. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Now we'll be seeing y'all soon with more reviews and reactions.